So, like any other person, I like slop content. And if it's extra content just crapping on Hasan, oh, that's a bonus. So what's up, guys? This is me, Crimson 60620. Remember, I'm going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe as we cover great videos on this channel. And if you want to help out the channel, hit that notification bell and share the videos. That's all you got to do. If it's just to make fun of me, cool, great. I love it. Oh, no, okay. But let's get into this video about our boy Hasan, the most famous rich kid that's always been rich, that just acts like he's self-made, but he's not. But all right, let's just get into the video. All right, this is coming from a channel called Grifter, and I admit I like watching some of the videos because they're actually deep dives and cutting, scathing, videos. But hey, who doesn't like watching stuff like that? Let's go.
The socialist policies in practice redistribute from the working class to the super wealthy in practice. And I can prove that.
Does anybody see what he did there? Hasan does this all the time as well. The millionaires and the 1% are not your enemies. It's the billionaires that are your enemies, because these guys.
Yeah, no, this is actually true. So many people who claim populist ideas, they're millionaires themselves. Rich person bad. Rich person bad. Aren't you rich? Don't you have a million? Aren't you a millionaire? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm just in the same situation, dude. You don't have to worry. You never had to worry about rent. You never had to worry about food. You never had to worry about electricity. I'm self-made. Your grandfather was successful in Turkey. Your parents are doctors and lawyers, and your uncle owns one of the biggest media empires on motherfucking YouTube, and you started by him putting you on. Oh, I work sales. Like, no, as soon as you got your foot in the door, you say, "Can I make videos?" And he said yes. I'm sorry, like, you were never struggling. You all, maybe when you were in Miami that your parents paid for school, that you were a party organizer, maybe that, but you weren't still struggling because, okay, let's go.
Have all been so successful in their grift, and they've all made so much money that now they have to convince you that they live your lifestyle.
Virtually nothing different between any of you guys and someone like myself. I am closer to where you are than we are to a guy like Elon Musk or a billionaire or a millionaire.
You don't have to worry about where your next meal comes from. You don't have to worry about if you get sick. Are you struggling? No, dog. These are people that are in prison. Some of which, are crimes of necessity and need, and some of them are other crimes. But you are not closer to them. Wow, this is broken. This is broken. How he believes that, really. You sit on a stream for 9 hours a day. Most of the time okay, I'm not going to say most of the time, but a lot of times you don't sit and watch through the videos. You play it and get people to like you because America bad and rich people bad. Never mind that I'm rich, and socialism doesn't mean no house. Socialism doesn't mean no Porsche. How does his audience fall for it? Oh yeah, because they're children.
Like multi-millionaire.
Jeez, Hasan just keeps on playing word games to try and relate to the common folk, like he wasn't born with a golden spoon in his mouth. I mean, the fact is, this guy has never not known money. I mean,
exactly. They have. When I was in Turkey, we used to get games late. That's not because you were poor, dog. It's because you was in Turkey. And it was like the early 2000s. What are we talking about? The fact that you had gaming systems or a PC that can do games. in the early millennia Turkey. Dog, they weren't exactly the technological hub of Europe. Like the fuck. All right. And this is not me crapping on Turkey, and I don't want to say that. But they are usually the last of the European market, and we know that a lot of the American games weren't popular in the European market at first, and they had to, like, America sometimes got games secondhand, and the European market got it like third or fourth. I don't know what else to say. This is just like, dude, we have pictures of you riding your horses in Turkey. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
If that wasn't evident already by the fact that this guy's identity is literally designer clothing. His family has had money for several generations at least. The guy's biggest struggle was convincing his uncle Cenk Uygur, the owner of the Young Turks, to try and let him be a media personality on the network. I mean, that's after he hired him with no prior experience. As a family favor for Hasan's father, a previous board member of Sabancı Holding, a company with revenue in the tens of billions. Then,
like, he's always been rich. I don't get it. Oh, socialism doesn't mean when no Porsche. Socialism doesn't mean no mansion. I live in West Hollywood, so of course I have a $3 million mansion because it's West Hollywood. What do you expect?
Then you have Hasan's grandfather, who in public records show him leading a group of 30 investors to buy $70 million apartment buildings. I mean, did you think it was a coincidence that Hasan fell into a career where he makes potentially millions of dollars a year? Yeah. But I'm not the only one noticing how Hasan keeps on trying to use wordplay to try and put himself on the same level as the common folk. Looks like other...
He is the elite. He is the rich. He is the wealthy. This is a thing. This is a thing. That's what I don't get. He is the rich. Of course, this is a case of I'm cooler than my parents. I'm cooler than my parents. Let me turn my bass. Let me turn my bass on my video, on my sound down. I'm cooler than my parents. Because socialism good. Fuck.
People are starting to notice it as well.
Class to the very, very wealthy. A very small group of people actually get richer.
So the socialist policies that provide goods and services to Canadians, let's say, or denizens of other countries, by printing money, actually punish the poor brutally.
Oh, absolutely.
The socialist policies? What?
Okay. I'm not a Destiny fan. I take information from different sources, different places, and what happened recently with him and the whole leaking of nudes, like, I know a lot of people want to actually say that was being malicious and evil and all the other good stuff. No, that was just being a fuckboy. Like for real. And I said this in my Discord. My man just needs to get him a FetLife account. Say like, hey, these are the videos that I have. You know, I won't show this, I won't show that, but I want to show people how good I am. Like, get him a FetLife account and call it a day. Like, that's his biggest problem. Like, I'm disgusted by the whole. He just likes to sleep around with women. Like, no, he's not using his status to coerce women to become famous. No, he just likes sleeping around women, and this is dating pool. That's what it looks to me from the outside. Are women using him to get status and kind of like get close to him, and sleeping around happens? I think that's a thing, but a lot of these people who are just going to this malicious place, I hate to say it like this, but sometimes when you work with people, you kind of get close with them, and if you don't have high standards of, I'm not gonna say high standards. If you don't have standards of, because I'm not gonna mix work and relationships, shit like this happens. But a lot of people who are taking this a different way, like he's like Weinstein, no, he's just like when you're working at the bar and people are like giving each other hand jobs and it's just getting messy. I know it's Destiny haters out there. And you may not want to look at it this way. I'm looking at it as just like the guy's horny and he's irresponsible what he did and immature what he did. But malice, I doubt that. I doubt malice because you can't be that maliceful and try to fuck so many people. And like, that's just me. That's my opinion. You can take it or leave it, but I doubt his malice. I think more his horniness. And that's why you should never stick your dick in crazy. like that's a rule that I have. That's a rule. Dog, I get it. Sometimes people want that excitement, that rush. That's what orgasms are for. But I'm never stick your dick in crazy. But hey, he has issues himself, so like, yeah. Let's go.
In consequence of the inflation that they generate.
Yes, I mean, all the socialist policies in practice redistribute from the working class to the super wealthy.
Also, I love this. I love that the left and the right, the socialists and the commies, and the I can't speak to Canadian. I don't know if this guy's an authoritarian like Trump is or whatever, right? But I love that all of them. Hold on. Has anybody seen this? Does anybody see what he just did there?
The socialist policies in practice redistribute from the working class to the super wealthy in practice.
No, they don't. They don't. What happens is the quote unquote vanguard, and this is why I hate tankies, the vanguards that they all want to be for some reason. None of them want to be, the proletariat. They always want to be the vanguards. They just act like the super wealthy and other things because they are concerned with their wealth, comfort, and power. Hello, Hasan. Okay, let's go.
And I can prove that.
Does anybody see what he did there? Does anybody see what's going on here? Oh my God, it's so cute that they've done this. The messaging, because these guys have become so fucking wealthy. Hasan does this all the time as well. It's no longer transferring from the poor to the rich or from the poor to the wealthy. It's from the poor to the ultra rich or from the poor to the ultra wealthy. The millionaires and the 1% are not your enemies. It's the billionaires that are your enemies because
and that is a great fucking point. Because hey, look, check it out. Look, transparency aside, I want to be able to make YouTube as a career. But to the point where some of these people are they're taking hardworking people's money. And then they're just sitting, did you know being ultra rich is bad? Like, but you're a millionaire, dog. You're a multi-millionaire. But I'm not an ultra rich. Like, so you can go pass out clothes from a brand because you mad at the owner? Like the fuck? Did you know that you, the person that's in prison that's, working to try to better your life and try to get a career outside of, being in prison, you're just the same as me, a multi-millionaire streamer that just like say it's America bad and, anybody that's against America good, even though they may have done like, no. All right, let's go.
These guys have all been so successful in their grift and they've all made so much money that now they have to convince you that they live your lifestyle. They're basically, they're closer, a guy making, a 7-figure income, his life is way closer to yours than just a Jeff Bezos or anybody like that. Like these are your people. They're working class just like you. What did I listen to this on stream or was this on my subreddit off stream?
But did you know that just like you, I can't buy a multi-billion-dollar lot, so multi-billion-dollar yacht, so I'm more like you. I can't have a town destroy a bridge because I don't have that much money. But if I had that much money, I would motherfuckers better move that motherfucking bridge. But I don't have that money, so I'm like you. Did you know? I don't own my own company full of hundreds of employees. I just have a YouTube and Twitch channel where I really didn't pay my editors for a while because fuck them, because I'm the talent. The fuck? All right, let's go.
Where Hasan says something like Oh God, it was another income related comment. I don't remember this clip.
Well, I don't know if it was editors or mods. It was something, but yeah, you guys get it. Like, he was getting free labor, and he was like, because I'm the talent.
It was like a minute long, and Hasan said something. I was like, yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. And then there was like a 20 seconds, and then he said something else like, oh my God, this is so fucking stupid. I don't remember what it was, but the left and the right have moved onto that messaging where they always specify. They're always talking about the ultra wealthy. It's always the ultra wealthy, not just wealthy, because these guys are both. Well, I can't speak to the other guy, but like Jordan Peterson, part of the Daily Wire, has made like probably millions of dollars on his like big right wing grift and everything. So now it has to be the ultra wealthy. It's not us. It's the people that are even richer than us. You know.
Yes, I mean,
Destiny is onto something here. I have noticed the shift in presentation as well. The Hasan that made 50K a year working at TYT sounds far different than the multi-millionaire we hear today, especially when addressing this sort of stuff. And honestly,
I have to say, at least in a little bit, your boy Vosh was a little bit correct, because he recognizes that he's now rich. He's always been a rich kid too. Like, fuck. But he recognizes that, yeah, I'm like, Hasan pretends that he's not rich. Motherfucker, you rich. You rich, bitch. Like, all right. Wow.
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to deduce why that would be. It's all pretty obvious. Hasan loves to try and make people think that he is just like them. You guys are both fighting the good fight together. He keeps trying to make it seem like his life.
You know what? And this is the funniest part about it, right? Watch this. Remember the DNC when he was like, yeah, push through, fight back. And when it came to him being escorted out the building, what else to do? Fight? They have rifles. They have M16s. What else to do? Fight? No, I have an interview later. I don't need to fight. He's telling people outside to push through the DNC barricades. But when it comes to him being escorted out the building, I have to move because they're asking to move. They're kicking us out, chat. They're kicking us out. All right, let's go.
Is a lot closer to a homeless person than Jeff Bezos. Like, brother, sure, it's easy to say that while you sleep in your multi-million-dollar property. Sure, you might not have a private jet yourself, but aren't...
I swear I didn't free watch. Oh, I don't have a private jet. So I'm just like you. I don't... But if I had a private jet, no one would never see me in a fucking hotel in a regular plane at all. First class, bitches. First class. Okay, I'm sorry.
Exactly struggling, my dude. Watch as he tries to make a group of convict firefighters that are probably making about $30 a day think that he is actually no different than them.
He was asking, like, why do we care? Like, how we got involved. I'm like, that's a long story, but...
I try to explain to people...
Well, you see that I wanted some clout that I can get on the internet, and because I wanted clout, and I'm gonna get down here with the poor people because I'm Hasan, I'm Hasanabi, I'm Hasan Piker, the biggest online left streamer. Because did you know I'm very important? I'm important. I had a stream with AOC on in the gaming, and even though they don't want to have anything to do with me now because of reasons, it was not really reasons, because I like shit on their whole platform, and I just made fun of their whole platform so much that they kicked me out of the DNC. I'm important. I am very important.
all the time that are listening that they are closer to where you are and I am closer to where you are than we are.
Do you think he's standing on something? Like, do you think he's standing on something? All right, let's go.
To a guy like Elon Musk or a billionaire or a multi-millionaire, owns multiple condos, properties. Like, obviously sometimes people don't have a good starting position in life, you know what I mean? And they get lost in the system. Like, no one is like truly evil. Virtually nothing different between any of you guys.
No one's evil, but America bad.
And someone like myself, except for, like, I'm willing to bet that my beginning point is more affluent, more privileged. You know what I mean? That's it.
Definitely.
Like,
No shit! For real, it's a little bit more privileged. It's a little bit more privileged. What? For real? No. For real? No.
I fucked up when I was a kid. I fucked up when I was a young adult. I mean, I got arrested. You know what I mean? Like, but the difference is, well, I mean, I was broke when I got arrested, so that's not the best example. But like,
you were never broke. I'm sorry. You're right. You were probably broke, but your family had money.
But still, like,
imagine the absolute disrespect. Like, I don't know the circumstances that these guys went through to be in this situation, but one could imagine. All I do know is that saying this to your chat full of spoiled, ignorant rich kids trying to rebel against their parents is one thing, but saying this to—
I swear I didn't pre-watch this. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about. The problem is a lot of these people that sit in this chat all day, like, fuck, I'm not working right now. I give you that. I can do YouTube is videos until I like my ass get hurt, like from sitting down in the chair all day. But a lot of these people sit back in this chat and just like, oh yes, master, yes. How do you have the ability to sit in a chat for 3 or 4 or in some cases 8 hours and not getting paid for it? It's just, oh my God. It's because you are a child and you, well, I'm going to give this streamer $100. Like, don't get me wrong. I would definitely love to have somebody drop $100, $1,000. I would kind of wonder where you got that money from that you dropping it because, you know, yeah, but like, man, this is just like most of these people that sit back and just sit in this stream are spoiled little rich kids. Well, do you know my family struggled? Our McMansion that we have, you know, I didn't have everything that I want. I didn't have all of the gaming systems that I want. I didn't have the best and the newest PC. Like dude, did you live in a neighborhood where you had to worry about making sure that people, you know, dodge bullets instead of, you know, Pomeranians? Like, the fuck? All right, let's go.
To a group of incarcerated firefighters just comes off as insanely disrespectful to me. Let's be real, Hasan. You probably got arrested for being drunk at
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's go.
A frat party that got busted or some shit. You are not the same. Stop trying to relate, bro. It's just offensive. Not to mention that literally nobody is buying it. I bet even your chat is rolling their eyes at you, dude. This guy literally has the same car as Bill Gates, and he sleeps in a multi-million-dollar property in West Hollywood. The guy signs contracts worth millions of dollars with one of the biggest corporations in the world, and he thinks he can relate to the normies of society. What?
But did you know that he's not the owner? So he's a worker. He's actually a contractor, and him being a contractor, that means that he doesn't own anything, and because he doesn't own anything, that means that he's not a part of the owning class, the wealthy class, the ultra rich, the builder-bears, or the bourgeoisie, because he's not a bourgeoisie because he's not an owner.
A joke. And it's not like he just put his foot in his mouth once over this topic. This is a repeated thing. Hasan truly believes it, or at least wants you to believe that he believes it.
We're going to Skid Row because why you think? Because we want to help people. That's it. That's the reason. And we want to humanize homeless people, especially at a time when homelessness is surging and violent acts against homeless people are also surging. And a lot of that comes from dehumanization and people refusing to recognize that these are real people who are victims of the oppressive structures that we all exist.
Did you know that it's just like, I want clout, so I want to actually go and I'm going to actually pass out clothes from somebody that was a former friend, and I'm going to pass it out to homeless people just to spite them. And I'm sorry, let's go.
Exist under, and that many of you are closer to them. Many of you are closer to them than you are to the likes of Elon Musk, myself included. Other billionaires are closer to homelessness than they are closer to Elon Musk. So,
well, because most other billionaires live in actual reality, and Elon Musk is just a buzzword that you're using because he's very hateable. He has a hateable face. He has a face that his mother hates. Elon, get back in here. Stop messing with Mark. Of course you can't fight Mark. You're a pudgy 50-year-old man and he knows Taekwondo. Or Muay Thai, one of them.
So yeah, as the eminent house owner, socialism has went no house, so we're gonna go visit real socialists.
Hasan Piker is closer to homelessness than he is Elon Musk. Holy dude. I mean, maybe if you're trying to make like a 5th grade math problem out of the situation, but the reality is, dude, you're kind of an asshole for even suggesting this. You have never had to struggle for anything in your life, dude. When you really look at it, you could go anywhere you want and buy anything you want. And that is a whole lot closer to the richest man in the world than a man sleeping on the street with nothing. Dude, stop trying to draw the class division line right at your feet. It's super insulting to include yourself in that struggle. This is like a rich kid trying to act like he's from the ghetto and understands how the streets work.
Malibu's Most Wanted. Oh my God, he's the real life Malibu's Most Wanted. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's the real life Malibu's Most Wanted.
Work or something. You're like Papa Doc or something, dude. Just an absolute fraud. Watch as he tries to rationalize to chat that the only reason his house is so expensive is because of its location. He seriously tries to act like it isn't just a really nice house.
It's funny because the only reason why my house is so expensive, especially considering the size of it, my house in most other housing markets would be half the price. It would be maximum, depending on what year you're purchasing the house. It would be like, it could go all the way down.
You live in West Hollywood, dog. You can literally move to anywhere because you work from home. But I'm in West Hollywood, guys. That's the reason why you live in West Hollywood. I'm sure that there are parts of LA where you can actually move to that are cheaper, that don't have the size. But that's the thing. Literally, you're in West Hollywood. You want this house because it's big. And because of the location and what you want, that's why it's expensive. Stop it.
Like $200,000, right? My house right now in Texas, even in Austin, would be maximum $500,000 to $700,000, maybe $1 million.
Most people can't buy a home, dog. You literally drop money on a house because you can.
Which is not a cheap house by any means, but people make it seem as though it is considered like the house that I currently live in.
You have a pool, dog. You have a pool and what appears to be a hot tub. That's not normal. Most people live in apartments in cities. What are you talking about? And you have a pool, outdoor pool deck. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'm pretty sure this is a gated community. Like, all right. Wow.
Is, I think, smaller than my grandparents' house in New Jersey.
Your grandparents are rich. It's smaller than my grandparents' house in New Jersey. Even though, my family's rich, I'm still cooler because my house is smaller. I think. I don't know.
And when he bought it in I think the early 90s. Their old house in New Jersey, when he bought it in the early 90s, it was nothing. It was like $150,000 or something.
Oh, in the early 90s, as if home prices haven't went up. What the hell, man? Oh my God. He is literally like, why don't people talk about this? I know the reason why is because most of the people in this chat they're not older than 20, 25 at the most. 2, they don't know anything about buying homes because they are unaffordable.
Which is still a lot for back then, but it's just like a $3 million house in LA is like a $200K house in the Midwest. Yeah, people say like, oh,
no, it's not. No, it's not. We can go check the numbers. No, it's not.
Your grandparents are rich. I mean, I've talked about this before. They used to be. But once again, it's funny that you mentioning you have a house enough flex on 90% of us here. It's so funny that this conversation all of a sudden, like
his chat is calling him out. His chat is calling him out. And he's getting mad. He is getting mad.
People that are currently living in their parents' Connecticut mansion, okay, that is significantly nicer and more expensive than the house that I'm talking about in New Jersey, are in the chat typing, wow, rich grandparents. Like, it's so funny to say this because you have no understanding of what the house that I currently live in looks like and the house that you're currently typing that from. Like, you're not living in, people will be living in Ohio in like a compound, basically typing like, wow, rich socialism, but it's not on screen. So,
your rhetoric is saying that everything's bad, everything's poor. But then, the moment they criticize me, of course they live in the mansions. Of course they live in the compounds. Of course they live in villas. Like, the fuck? And I know regular villas, but like the drug lord villas. Like, yeah, sure.
Dude, are you seriously trying to act like nobody knows what your house looks like? 1, you stream in it all day long and have in multiple locations. 2, pictures of it literally went viral when you bought it. We all know what it looks like, dude. There is no way of cutting this. It's a nice house. Not a basic house by any stretch of the imagination. Sure, its location definitely increased its value, but nobody forced you to buy a property in West Hollywood. You bought that because you wanted to socialize with rich people like yourself. Your car is literally worth as much as a house in some cases, dude. Stop trying to act like you understand poor people. Hasan is literally a Balenciaga trash bag dress, just trying to act poor as some sort of weird aesthetic when we can all see it's bullshit. And this kind of impressively stupid attitude is really nothing new when it comes to Hasan. Just look at how he reacted to people criticizing his purchase of the Porsche Taycan he bought a couple years back.
This man drives a Porsche. Well, I have a Mazda that I don't drive, that I've been driving. You bought a Porsche, dog. A Porsche.
Literally no car that you could have bought that is more ethical. It's electric, manufactured by well-paid workers in Germany. That stuff doesn't matter. That it's not about ethics. There is no purchase.
Just say you like rich shit and you'll be good. Just say that. Hey, I made the money thanks to my audience, thanks to the crowd and all that other good stuff, and I like to indulge. I say that. But no, I'm one of you guys. I'm one of the poor, even though I've never been poor a day in my life.
Ethics in this conversation. That's why people will literally take this to its like maximum degree and be like, are you going to be okay if Hasan buys a private jet? Are you going to be okay if Hasan makes...
I swear I didn't pre-watch it, but of course, he has a plan on buying a private jet. Guys, he has a plan on buying a private jet. He's trying to justify it now, but he has a plan on buying a private jet.
As much money as Jeff Bezos. Like, I can't make as much money as Jeff Bezos. I don't want to make as much money as Jeff Bezos. And it's literally impossible for me to make as much money as Jeff Bezos without fucking exploiting people. That's the whole point. Motherfuckers on Twitter saying you should stop claiming you're part of the working class. That's one. People say things like, I can't believe he's like lying to people that I'm, funding the Vanguard, the Revolutionary Vanguard.
How do you think you made all this money, Hasan? Do you honestly think it wasn't from exploiting people? Bro, you took contracts from one of the most notoriously scummy companies on the planet. One that is famous for exploiting its workers. How about all those people's videos you just watch all day, every day without giving any sort of insightful commentary? Especially when you just walk away and go to the bathroom for extended periods of time with the content playing. Do you think you weren't exploiting people for profit when you did that? Newsflash, buddy, your bank account is built off of exploitation. There is no two ways of looking at it. You are exactly what you preach against all the time.
That is awesome, and this is a great video. I may actually respond to another few videos of this. Not try to overload with you guys, but yeah, no, that'd be great. So anyway, this was a fun video. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. We're gonna cut this video segment here. I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Join the Guardians, become a member, or become a subscriber on YouTube, Patreon, and help support the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.